Don't you just hate it when the headliner starts falling off your car? You know, it sucks. That's a 2002 Chevrolet Silverado. Gonna take the headliner off. Recover it. I can't get any jobs done. I just keep getting ones that I have to do. So, yeah. I'll try and get some video of it, but it's almost impossible inside here to show you how this comes apart. But trust me, it comes apart real easy. It really does. Hold on. Hi guys, Kim here. So we're doing a little headliner work on a 2002 Chevy pickup truck, along with a lot of other work on that truck. Should have stopped smoking years ago. Anyway, taking the headliner out of a 2002 Chevy Silverado is really easy. I'll show a little clip of the one part that might catch people, but essentially there's like 6 screws that hold the sun visors on, 1 screw that holds the little center console up there in my truck. Depending on the model you have, it'll be a little different. The the dome light, it just comes out. You don't need any tools. And then on the very back, there's 2 plastic retainer pins that slide up in. You kind of need to get them out without breaking them, but they're not that hard. And then the only other thing is the the hand grips. Those things don't have any screws at all. There's a little pocket knife or a probe and I'll show you that part. Okay, I use a thing like this, little pick. You can see there's a little thing here. You got to go in and pop out. This is for your to hang something on. So you got to get in there. Come on, it's got to slide this way. Wait, don't want to come out there. Come on now. You got to get it in and make it slide. There it goes. Just like this. Click. Once it clicks, pop loose. Now this guy. Click. Pop it loose. All right. So I got this side all done. Now I got to do the other side. Spent a lot of my years laying inside a vehicle upside down with my feet pointing up in the air trying to get headliners out. Yahoo. The only other part is that you have to take the seat belts in the back seat off to get the plastic trim out of the way so you can get the headliner out without breaking something. It's just the only way, in my view. So you got to pop it off, and there's a giant Torx on each one of them. And my advice is buckle the seat belts before you unbolt that pivot. In fact, this is a tip for anybody that ever has to take a retractable seat belt off of their car. So we all know those retractable seat belts that come out, and then if the car's moving, they don't work and we hate them and all that. But the mechanism that retracts that belt can go too far. You can't go too far out, it'll stop. But if you let it go too far in, it can jam up, and then you got to buy a seatbelt. So the people that know what they're doing, as soon as we're going to work on a seat belt area where we have to unbolt one of the bolts that retains the seat belt, you always either buckle it to the seat, to the opposite side, so it can't go back into that little hole, or if you unbolt the actual retractor that's on the frame, when you take the bolt off, I will take the bolt off and I will stretch that guy out a little bit and tie it in a knot. I'll actually take the seat belt and stretch it out and loop it around that guy and tie a knot so it can't go in. Because if it goes all the way in there, you're going to be buying a seatbelt retractor. Bear in mind also, some of these guys, a lot of them now, the retractors, especially front seats, have explosive devices inside of them that, should the airbags deploy, they will actually fire this bullet kind of thing. It's not a bullet, sorry, bad choice of words. There's a gas generator in there with a little piston that's retained inside of a cylinder, and that little piston, when the airbags deploy, it fires the piston, it moves a little bit and basically tightens up the shoulder belts. Nobody ever notices it, but the car tightens the shoulder straps just before the airbag deploys so that you won't go flying forward, hit the airbag, and get your neck broken. Important safety tip for anybody that's not wearing a seatbelt. If you don't have the seatbelt hooked in, a lot of cars won't deploy the airbag because it's like a toss-up. You know, you're liable to die if you don't have a seatbelt on and you get in a wreck of enough force, and you're just as equally liable to die from the airbag hitting you while you're going towards it. So anyway, I got off on a tangent. So working on a headliner, had to take seatbelts off, and just giving you a warning about those seatbelts. If you don't want to buy new ones, tie them in a knot, retrain them, whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching this short. Okay, boys and girls, so this is the headliner out of the Chevy, and after enough time, everybody knows this stuff starts to fall off, especially next to the windows where the wind and stuff. I always wish that when they made these, they'd have them overhang a little bit and glue them, but they don't. But the thing is, when you glue a new one on, you're going to get new material, and if you leave this foam, the new material will fall right off. So you got to get it all off. So watch this. This is just a sanding disc. It's got an old piece of sandpaper. I'm not sanding with it. What I'm using is this edge of the sandpaper where it's going in a circle. Like a paper cut. About that. So, essentially I'm going to peel all of this off, and then I'm going to go around this I don't know, it's not fiberglass exactly, it's like a piece of foam with a cover that's got resin in it, so you got to be careful with it. But if you don't take all this foam off, the reason this material came off is that the foam right under it deteriorated and let go. If you leave this on there and glue it on, it's just going to do the same thing again. So you have to get every bit of it off of there, even these little bits. So you got to make sure all of that's off. It's just like painting. If you don't prepare the surface before painting, you're gonna fail. Same thing with this stuff. So yeah, have fun. Yeah. So it says, let's see, shake well, 4 to 8 inches from the surface. That's the part that's important, you got to know. Uniform coats, both sides or both surfaces to be bonded, multiple overlapping may be needed. And then wait for it to get really sticky. And then you're working on it. So I'm doing half at a time. See if I can get it right or if I run this headliner and have to start over. Right. So that foam will dry way faster. So I do this, the hard surface first. Let's see. Okay. Now. No, wind don't. See? Everything in the desert fucks with you. It's almost half, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Another can over there. So be fully dry in half an hour. It's real close. Trying to fold over on me, huh? Oh, that ain't good. Gotta be real careful with this. Got me a wrinkle and I'm trying to stretch it. Okay. Scan down pretty much everywhere. Tell you what, it's friggin' stuck. I'll turn it around and fold it over the back. Could have been better. Freaking totally passable. Like I'm running out. Premature. Nah. Slightly different version of a 3M adhesive. Probably edit some of this down or speed it up. Okay, so this is the console that goes up on the ceiling of the truck. So like when you're in the truck, let me see if I get this. If you're looking up, you see this on the ceiling. The rear mirror's right under it. Well, here, let me see if I can get this closer. I'm putting these in. This is a USB-C and regular USB 3.0 charge port. This one actually has a voltmeter and an on-off switch. The other side is just two charge ports. And if you look inside here, I just drilled a hole in here where it would lay right against the headliner under there. And then there's a positive, negative on each one. And that's that wire I made, and I will route that up around the headliner, down through the A pillar by the driver's seat on the left side, and hook it up to the fuse box at a power supply point, like a 15 amp, give it a 15 amp circuit. So I can charge, you could plug it into like a dash cam or whatever. You could throw your phone in there with it plugged in. That's what it's for. Yeah.